swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Colorado Buffaloes, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Buckeyes will kick it away to start us off. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Colorado's offense is on the field for the first time today. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming to this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week. I mean, that dude was accurate. Almost every ball was caught. They were in rhythm. They're going to have to find some creative ways to get him off his spots and make him feel uncomfortable.
To the air on first down. Makes a connection. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. The Buffaloes have this offense rolling. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Right on the money. There is nowhere to go. He has stopped, and it'll be fourth down from the 23.
Really nice job by the defense there. You're trying to force the quarterback to throw the football in front of you and allow your guys to square up and make a tackle out in space. You got to force the ball carrier to do something special after the catch. Not able to do it there, so really nice tactic by the defense.
The Buckeyes offense will have its first possession of the game, and they are led up front by a powerful offensive line that up an array of possibilities, Jesse.
No question it's the identity of this offense. Multiple players up front that are going to play in the National Football League. This unit is going to be up for the Joe Moore Award at the end of the year for the outstanding O-line, David. They are going to try and establish the line of scrimmage with their physicality.
Man, it's a tremendous challenge with this defensive line because you know that. Like, you've got to be aggressive. You've got to be physical. I've got to take away their ability to run the football first. This unit's nasty. They're dirty. I love it.
He'll go out of bounds right at the 36-yard line in the running game, making its presence felt. They came out humming on this drive, and now it's first down from the 36. He makes the grab, and he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. The Buckeyes with a second and short to keep this drive moving. To the ground with the back. Brought down at the 48 after a gain of 5.
Well, you see a great individual effort there that time, and you can see the skills this guy has, and he just reminds me sometimes of the great Ohio State backs we've seen in the past, right? You think of Archie Griffin and his 2 Heisman.
Reads the tackle, and he's got room. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at 17. The Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to pass inside the red zone. The screen, and watch out. Now the connection takes it to the 11. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Going to the ground. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Buckeyes have it with a 1st and goal. And this was just a low man wins battle right on the doorstep of the goal line, and the defense comes up with the stop. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? The give. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ohio State. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. Precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Here's a heat. It's incomplete, and this sophomore quarterback usually makes that throw every time.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Snap's going to come from the 23 on 1st and 10. Give to the running back. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Pocket breaking down. Snagged out of the air. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. Fires into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bucks.
And how about the offense? They spread them out. Everybody spread wide. Easier to read a defense when you do that. They find the matchup they want, and they get rewarded with the score.
And he makes the extra point. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Here he comes with the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience of this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, Dave.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. They're working that left side. Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. They Went up top to pick up the last first down. Let's see what they have here. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Buckeyes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, he'll throw it. Grabs it in the middle. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. Wide receiver going in motion. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Finds his target down the middle. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
The Buckeyes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Fires to the big fella. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Something we take for granted, guys, but Hugh did a great job there with the play-action fake. He really took his time and sold it, and that's what froze the linebackers in the second level of the defense to help make that completion a whole lot easier.
Slings it downfield, and this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
Man, a quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Leaves it with the back. Slithers into space. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll leave it with him. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Looking to fire. Quickly complete. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
And the Buffaloes have it with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a 1st down. And the Buffaloes are threatening in the red zone. Handoff to the lone back. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got it burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. Right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buffalo! tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. They'll start this drive going to the air. Makes the grab. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain. And the Buckeyes can really attack on this 2nd and short. Off the play fake. Looking down the middle. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. They are dialed in on this drive, a couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on 1st down. Motion from the wideout. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. The Buffaloes with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. He's got his man. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down.
When you get man coverage, you definitely like taking advantage of the inside really quickly. Running a nice slant rack real quick. Being physical, getting on the inside. Quarterback putting it right on the money.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Quick pass on the fly motion. Runs through the tackle. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all right up to the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing
He's got it. 1st down and more. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. And the Buffaloes are on the move. He'll set up to throw. Looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Colorado! A great catch and run for 6. Ready to try the point after. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They march the ball 51 yards for the score. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Back to pass on second down. Makes the catch. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with the first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. The Buckeyes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Get it out on the screen. At the 40, there he goes. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Gonna look downfield again. Grabbed in the middle. It's Flynn. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
When you play zone coverage, you got a wide receiver that's a beast. It becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Makes the catch. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right and make. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Snagged in the middle, it's Patterson. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Lost a throw on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. And the Buffaloes in a good spot here with second and short. Back to pass. Hauls it in. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this.
Breaks into the open. He's down to the 38-yard line, and they can stop the clock. It's first and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll give it to him again. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Trying play action. It's complete to the left. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
This offense has become a first down machine, and that is so demoralizing for the defense, especially for those star players that are playing tons of snaps. They're not subbing out as much. By the fourth quarter, they're going to be gassed.
And you want to run the football. I mean, that's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Rush coming in high, and they got him at the 29. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Shoots it to the left. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look there. 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
It's complete on the right side. Will not get there. A fourth down stop. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Columbus for an entertaining first half than you? And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They start this third quarter, 1-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly to the tight end. There he goes. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He was in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double-team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Throws to the wideout. On target over the middle. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. And the Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Fakes the grab on the left. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The Buckeyes come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. They'll try to sneak it.
3rd and 1. Everyone knows it's coming, but the quarterback sneak is so hard to stop. They just got to get 1 yard. Nice job by the offensive line.
Well, a really good push by his center on that last play, making it easy for his quarterback to just tuck the football, belly it, get low, and drive your legs.
He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. The Buckeyes trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. He'll pull it on the read. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. Slams ahead. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra.
Touchdown, Ohio State! Fitted in the window for the score. Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. They'll ride the hot hand. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Quarterback floating away from pressure. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Finds his tight end. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down. The Buffaloes look to keep this drive humming. Handoff to the lone back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And just nowhere to go for that runner. He had no choice. That defense, they were bringing it up front. Everybody winning their one-on-ones, and they completely had him surrounded.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground covered. Pick up the first. Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. They'll go to the ground. Only able to pick up a yard before he stopped, and now it's 4th and 3.
Yeah, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a 4th down.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on 4th down, still going. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. And the Buffaloes come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
Yeah, and he's been throwing it all over the yard, and he's now over 300 yards on the day, so been a successful day. Now, 300 yards, I don't know, Palmer, 300 nowadays, that's like what back in the day for you?
That would have been 500. I would have won the Heisman, maybe. It's a big deal today in college football, no doubt. Now, listen, he's in a rhythm right now. He's in a groove. We've seen good decision-making. He's been playing on time, and he's been deadly.
And it's a touchdown, but hold on just a second. We'll have to see what the flag's about. That is a costly mistake as the penalty wipes the touchdown off the board. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Touchdown, Bucks! And that one will give them the lead.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They're down by a touchdown, but hoping to dial up some plays and pull even in what's turning out to be a really good football game. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to go up top on first down. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. And the Buckeyes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Finds the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And you got to love the versatility of the big fella. You can put him in the box and let him block big defensive linemen, or you put him in the slot and you throw him the football and have success.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Touchdown, Buffaloes! How about this defense taking one back to the house?
Man, defenses are always trying to force turnovers, to get the ball back to their offense, make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
And they stay on target with the extra point, up 35-21. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, run with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think of
turning it on. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Use the play fake, now to throw. Takes a hit as he fires.
All right, you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy in front.
They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. The Buckeyes have their offense in high gear. Caught behind the line. It's Fred. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. Line getting set on second down. Back to pass. Makes the grab. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. The running back has it. They'll give him maybe one on the play. It's down to the 20.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they'll get him down inside the 5, but this offense powering toward a score. They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to go up top. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. Well, if the momentum hadn't shifted before, it certainly has now.
It has, and now you got some game pressure, right? That's beautiful. Now the defense comes out, get you a stop, get aggressive, but the offense a little bit of pressure now because they know if the ball goes back to the other side, they could lose this ball game.
After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. They tack on the extra point, and they're down a touchdown, 35-28. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the 4th quarter.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll run it. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. Quickly out to the tight end. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too. Understanding the situation. It's 3rd down. We're fine giving up completions right there. We're not giving up the 1st down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you've set up 4th down.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a 1st down. Out of bounds at the 49-yard line, but not before getting it into opponent territory. The handoff, keep working on that clock. Gets it past the marker. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down. And the Buffaloes pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. To the ground, he's got it again. They make the stop inside the 25, working closer to that red zone, a gain of 6. Line of scrimmage will be the 24. The Buffaloes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Got his man quickly. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. This offense doing business in the red zone. They'll keep it on the ground. Got enough space. And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Colorado. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. And the Buckeyes in the hurry-up.
And that wasn't a big gain, but look at the offense. Right back on the...
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up. Trying to pick up a first down. On third down, he drops to throw. Working that left side now. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the third down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
The Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Makes the grab. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. The RPO, fire complete to the left. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. And the Buckeyes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Quick tempo, no huddle offense, 2nd down, clock's running. Wants to go up top. Under fire. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on 4th and goal. Bring in the heat. Soft spot in the middle. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop you.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They'll put it in play from the 27, 1st down. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Under fire. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Looking to fire. Pulls it in. It's Patterson. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better 3rd down situation.
And I like the QB here, Lisa. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to 3rd down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there.
Big tight end makes the grab. 1st down, still on his feet. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. They're going to run it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Working the middle. Gets him down at the 26. Big play there. Give him 15 yards on the gain, and they move the sticks. Down to the 26-yard line and a first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Unloads it left. It's complete. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds.
Timeout, Colorado.
After this, it'll be a wrap. Might be changing the route. Snap in the shotgun. Oh, they're after him. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here for it. I love it. I love the excitement, the adrenaline, the emotion, and they are...